What the hell's an evaporator panel? Do you have Aprilaire hooked up to your furnace? Did you know it has an evaporator panel in it? I didn't. I do now, and it's not supposed to look like that. I'm going to show you how to put a new one in. Stick around. Excuse me, it's actually called an evaporative panel. As you can probably hear, this furnace is running right now. First thing we need to do before we start to take anything apart is get this furnace shut down. So to get this furnace shut down, I'm going to do a couple things. One, I'm going to turn the Aprilaire up to the off position, so that is shut down. And then secondly, I am just going to turn the heat down on this unit so it does not call for heat. So I'm comfortable I have my furnace shut off, but make sure you consult your owner's manual and only do this to the level that you are comfortable. So the evaporating panel we want to check is located just inside this cover. Specifically, this is an Aprilaire Model 550. Look up your model. There may be some variations on how it opens up and what the filter is. Also, I will have a link provided with the filter where you can get that for the Aprilaire 550. Okay, so to open this cover, there's a little slot here where it looks like maybe your hand would go. You're just going to grab that and just pull it towards you. Now that it's opened up, there's a little lip on the far side over here, and you'll just pull the cover out. And then that's going to expose the unit that we're after. So with this opened up, you'll see we've got a black tube running here. This is where the water gets into the evaporating panel. So we need to pull this out. We'll set this aside. So the evaporator panel that we're after is this piece right here. Now that is encased in a plastic frame that just holds it. So we're going to pull that whole assembly out. So to get this out, we're just going to grab each side and just pull the frame towards you. Pull the top out. It's going to kind of hinge out and then lift up a little bit. And then we'll get that out. And oh my, look at the buildup on the back of that. That is not what you want to see. So since we have everything opened up, let's take a look at this. This is what you should have on the outflow side of your Aprilaire. Summer and winter. If you ever wondered what that looks like inside, well, there it is. So for winter operation, that's what that is going to look like. Now if I were to turn this up to the summer position, it's just going to close that. And while you're in here, you want to check if you did have an excess buildup on that panel. Just take a minute to clean out any chunks that are inside here. Okay, to change out this thing, it just pops open at the top here. And we just lift the top piece off. This whole nasty thing will just slide out of here. See, there's just chunks of shit on here. While we've got this open and apart, we are going to go clean this off as well. All right, everything's cleaned up. Let's get this thing put back together. Now this is the new evaporating panels that I got. I got these off of Amazon, got them in one day. I will put a link in the description so you can get these for this particular model. Again, this is the Aprilaire 550. This is a 2-pack. And when you open the box, you'll notice that you see some paint on the inside. That indicates that this goes up when you put it in the filter housing. So I'll show you this housing quick before we put the panel in it, just so you understand how this works. The black tube is going to get reinserted here, which will distribute the water through the top, which will then run through the panel. Any excess water is going to come down through the bottom of this housing, where there is a hole down here. So that water can come through and get into the corresponding hole at the bottom of your Aprilaire unit, and then come out the drain and into your floor drain. So it's important that you orient everything correctly from the panel that we're putting in to this housing. You've got to make sure you get everything the correct way. So this orientation, not too critical, it's ambidextrous. It doesn't matter which way you want to go in with that. I can tell from the dirty side which way was in. I'm just going to put it in the same way that it was. Remember, we want the painted side of our new panel up. And we're just going to slide that into the channel of this frame. Sits in there just like that. Again, we've got the painted side up. Now when we put this piece on, we have to connect our black hose where our water is going to come in. So again, make sure this is oriented outward. This is just going to sit on top of our new evaporator panel. Push it down a little bit. You only have to push it down enough so you orient these little tabs, and then you just click that in there. And that just clicks in here. And same thing on the other side, just make sure it's clicked into place and locked in. Now when putting it back in, all you're really orienting on the bottom is making sure the drain gets in here correctly. You'll notice on the side of this frame, there are these little tabs. So the tabs on the housing lined up with the corresponding tabs on the Aprilaire frame itself inside here. So that's how you know you've got everything lined up correctly and in the right place. And there's one on each side, another one here. And there you'll see that those are lined up. So then the last step is just to insert the black hose, insert that all the way in until it stops, and then we'll put the cover back on. You can see in the cover there's just this clip that holds it into place, so all we've got to do is line up the right side and just kind of hinge it over and push it in. Well, as you can see, these evaporating panels can get pretty nasty, so don't forget to change these every year. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm sure there's going to be more stuff I'll be fixing around the house soon. And if you're looking to tackle this project yourself, check out the description. I've got links to the equipment and supplies that I got to finish this job.